Hey everyone, welcome to the Global NLP Lab, a place where we discuss the latest in natural language processing. Subscribe to stay up to date with our latest content. In this video, we focus on the topic of in-context learning, ICL. This video is based on a recent review paper on ICL, whose link is in the description. ICL is an exciting new paradigm in NLP where large language models, LLMs, make predictions based on context augmented with just a few training examples. LLM are able to extract patterns from the examples provided in the context and use them to perform many complex NLP tasks. We'll be discussing recent optimizations of ICL, covering methods for fine-tuning LLM for ICL, how to pick good training examples for ICL, and how to design great prompts. So if you're curious about ICL, this is the video you need to watch. And stay until the end of the video to learn more about the mystery of why ICL works so well. So let's get started. Here is an illustration of how in-context learning works in practice. ICL requires preparing a context that contains a few examples, in this image for the task of sentiment analysis. The examples are arranged to follow a template written in natural language. For example, review, delicious food, and sentiment, positive. After the examples, a query is inserted in the context. A query is basically an unseen input formatted according to the same template. Review, good meal in the figure. The full context, also called a prompt in other papers, is presented to a large language model LLM that uses the examples to autocomplete the query, resulting in a prediction for the missing sentiment. ICL works not only for simple tasks such as classification, but even for complex text generation and reasoning tasks such as summarization, common sense reasoning, or even data annotation. The power lies in the flexibility of the approach. The same LLM can be used to tackle multiple tasks just by presenting a different context. Now, how does ICL typically work in practice? The figure on the right illustrates a typical ICL process. Each step on the figure plays a factor in ICL and can be optimized to yield better performance. We're going to discuss a few of those steps now. The first step is, of course, the pre-training of the LLM, or selecting a pre-trained model to be used out of the box, such as GPT-3 or Bloom. It's important to note that the ICL capacity of LLMs seems to increase as the number of model parameters or the number of pre-training steps increases, so keep that in mind. Once you have a pre-trained LLM you want to use, you can either use it as it is, or you can optionally do something called model warm-up. Model warm-up fine-tunes the LLM to specifically increase its capacity for in-context learning during inference. Let's look at two ways to do model warm-up: supervised in-context training and self-supervised in-context training. Supervised in-context training fine-tunes the LLM on a dataset containing a broad range of tasks prepared in ICL formats, similar to the format you would like to use for your task. The training improves the overall few-shot ICL abilities of the model because it learns to process diverse ICL examples. Supervised in-context training works best when the tasks and datasets used are close to the domain of the target task the LLM will ultimately be used for. Self-supervised in-context training, on the other hand, involves constructing self-supervised training data based on the ICL formats of downstream tasks. Basically, you use the frozen LLM to generate some synthetic training data for your target task in the target ICL format. Then you fine-tune the LLM on that synthetic training data. This approach has been shown to improve the ICL capacity of the model, since it becomes more focused on the specific format that will be presented during inference. In overall, model warm-up has the benefit that the model becomes more sensitive towards ICL, leading to better ICL performance. However, Keep in mind that model warm-up requires updating the model weights or adding additional weights to the model. This is prohibitive for LLM, since it might require having multiple versions of the LLM for each target task. Now, let's talk about another step of ICL, which is prompt design or demonstration design, as shown in the figure on the right. This step is very important and can make or break your model's performance. There are two main areas of prompt design: demonstration organization and demonstration formatting. First, let's focus on demonstration organization. This involves selecting and then ordering a subset of the training examples you have available for your target tasks. The selected examples will be used as demonstrations to the LLM. Example selection can be either unsupervised or supervised. Unsupervised methods for selection include using predefined metrics like L2 distance or cosine similarity distance to select the closest neighbors as demonstrations, or selecting prompts with low perplexity. Supervised methods involve using a scoring language model to evaluate the concatenation of each candidate example and the input, labeling high-scoring candidates as positive examples and low-scoring candidates as hard negative examples. Reinforcement learning has also been used to model the example selection process. Now for ordering the examples, which can also play a big role. Previous studies have proposed training-free methods for sorting examples, like sorting by distance to the input or using entropy metrics. Let's move on to demonstration formatting. This involves the design of the prompt itself, including its language and structure. One aspect of formatting is the format of the instructions of the prompt. Good instructions are key to good ICL performance, but they can be hard to come by because they rely on human-written sentences. LLM can actually help to generate task instructions on their own, given several demonstration examples. Methods like Automatic Prompt Engineer, APE, use LLM for automatic generation and selection of instructions. In summary, prompt design is crucial to ICL success, and there are many approaches to optimize different aspects of the prompts to boost performance. Optimizing each of the prompt components is likely to have a big impact on the performance and robustness of ICL, so make sure you don't skip that. Now, let's discuss the performance of ICL on traditional tasks and benchmarks, such as superglue and squad. There is still some room of improvement of ICL compared to fine-tuning, although the gap is narrowing. This is perhaps due to the fact that fine-tuned methods are trained using the whole training dataset, unlike ICL, which only sees a few demonstrations. The intrinsic capabilities of language models have prompted researchers to propose new, more challenging benchmarks that fit better with the few-shot nature of ICL. There have been promising results on benchmarks such as Big Bench, where ICL methods outperform human reader results in 65% of tasks. Given all of these capabilities of ICL, it is interesting to ask the question, why does ICL work so well? We are, after all, getting this amazing capacity for free as a result of the causal LM training objective. How are LLM able to do this? There have been a few studies aiming to uncover this in the literature. One factor that might play a role is the distribution of the training data. When training on a very large dataset, the ICL ability of LLM seems to emerge when the data appears in clusters and there are a sufficient number of rare classes present. Another factor is that transformer models might be learning to encode learning algorithms implicitly during the training process, due to the properties of their architecture. During inference, transformer LLM might be performing an implicit fine-tuning using the provided examples in the context. This is certainly very fascinating. So there you have it, an in-depth overview of in-context learning in 2023. It is certainly a very exciting field, and we are looking forward to seeing how it evolves. If you're looking for more details, check out the paper in the description. We hope you found this video informative. Please drop a comment below if you have any questions. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.